Next, a longtime friend of Hanabi in the stream, but first time coming on is Panacea, aka Darth Calculus. Hello.
Hello.
How is it being back at the Hanabi table?
Yeah, it's good. It's been a while for me. About like 2 years ago, I was playing every day, but I've been mostly doing Spire recently.
Yeah. Well, cool to have you back for at least a day. And last but not least, very excited to have XecnaR join of Slay the Spire fame. Hello, XecnaR. How are you? Well, that's sort of the fun of it, I think. We've all had our first games of Hanabi, and it's sort of a rite of passage to do silly things. So absolutely no worry at all.
Yeah, it's just a teaching game, so it's for fun.
Yeah, the goal is to have fun, so no pressure at all. Okay, so I guess so. Yeah, for the viewers, XecnaR was just explaining. He's never played before. Um, he's never used this website before. So I guess our first challenge as a team will be to successfully join a lobby and make the game. So I'm gonna make a lobby on Hanab.live. XecnaR, were you able to make an account? Oh, awesome. Okay. Okay, so I made a lobby called Hello XecnaR. So I guess I didn't say hello to anyone else. All right. So I guess it would be helpful just to make sure we're on the same track. I'm just gonna press start and we'll go over the basic rules, okay?
Yeah, at
But
the very least for the viewers to have some idea of what we're doing out here. Be good.
yeah, so here we are. You see the 4 lines horizontally are our hands. So each one of us will be seeing everyone else's cards, but then be faced with, a mysterious fourth hand, and that is your own hand. You start knowing absolutely nothing about your hand, which makes playing cards kind of difficult. But yeah, that's our goal. We're working as a team to try to score all 25 points. So there are 5 suits. Each suit has 5 numbers, 1 through 5. So it's sort of like solitaire, where you have to play the 1, and then the 2, and then the 3. So if you play out of order, you get a strike. You lose a life. And we lose the game if we get to 3 strikes. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Okay, so the fun of it comes in the fact that we have very limited resources. We have limited, you could say, energy. So we have to spend energy, basically, called clue tokens, to tell each other about information. So Steven, I don't know, how about you can give us an example. SJ Drudge is Steven. He's starting the game. So good luck, Steven.
Okay, so you want me to give like a starting clue?
Yeah, go for it. Let's see.
Okay.
Oh, I should add, usually you're not supposed to talk at all during the game, but we're just learning stuff. So
Yeah. So remember, on your turn, you have three options. Kind of, you can sort of drag one of your cards blindly onto the play stacks and hope that it is playable somewhere. You don't need to know where. You can drag it into the trash can on the bottom right, which will generate us a clue, but then the card will not be playable anymore. Or you can spend a hint token to do what Steven just did here.
Yeah, and the hint tokens, the team has a supply of them that has a if you're at 0, you cannot give a clue, and if you're at 8, then you may not discard a card. So the clue tokens not only have a minimum but also have a maximum.
it's like 999 block.
Oh yeah, and someone in my chat wants to remind everyone the card quantities. So there are three ones of each color, 2 2s of each color, 2 3s, 2 4s, and only a single 5. So the 5s are kind of important in the sense that we don't want to discard them or misplay them.
So XecnaR, yeah, it's your turn. Do you have any questions? What are you thinking?
Oh wait, it's my turn. Okay.
Yeah, so
Wait,
you
is there
should, if you look over to the left, there should be a big,
Oh, I see.
option menu.
Bottom, the
Yeah,
bottom left. Yeah, the bottom left says my turn, and then okay. So probably this. Okay, this should work.
Hmm. Ooh, a 3 clue.
Okay. That's a bad play, but it's fine. It's fine.
Ooh. Man, Hanabi's hard. Let's see. Guess I'm just gonna play. Okay, well, not to talk about strategy too much, but okay, Steve include me purple, so I'm gonna trust that that is a purple 1. So I'm gonna play it. Woo.
Right.
Do we want to have any conventions for discarding yet?
I was thinking like we could talk about it after this game. I wanted this game to
Okay.
just be like pure science, you know?
All right, sounds good.
I feel like each player only gets one opportunity to play the game completely blind, and we shouldn't take that opportunity away from XecnaR.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a few turns, and I'm learning quite a bit already. So many options.
Yeah.
Eh, I need to think about the turn after. Oh, this is actually quite hard.
Yeah, it's all about like trusting your teammate to trust you, to trust them, you know.
And also, no pressure to play fast.
Yeah.
Just take your time as much as you want. We don't mind.
But yeah, should definitely give a clue here. Just look. Eh,
And also, Zach, we won't give you any advice unless you ask for it. You know, if you have any ideas or questions, then I say go for it.
Yeah, sounds good. Honestly, I just learn better by usually I learn better by making mistakes, you know. So
Yeah.
no worries.
I agree. It's very easy to just, you know, these days just learn everything. Like it's the same about Spire, right? You can just learn that, oh, you know, corruption is a really good card. You should always pick it. But it's a lot more useful if you learn that for yourself, right? Hey, our first bomb.
I'll probably try discarding.
Yep, someone's got to do it.
How do you discard? Just drag a card into the bottom right?
Yep, right to the trash can.
Oops.
Yeah, by the way, like we should definitely not assume we would get a perfect score on the first game. So losing a 5 really isn't that bad.
Very true.
Ooh, okay. I was thinking about playing that card, so thank you. Hmm.
Does anything happen if you actually run out of clue?
You cannot give a clue when you're at 0, but every time you discard, the team gets a clue back.
But yeah, the game doesn't end or anything, right?
Definitely not. No.
Okay.
The end condition for the game is that when the final card from the deck is drawn, every player gets one more turn.
Okay.
So right now in the bottom left, you can see there are 28 cards left in the deck.
Oh, there's another random rule. I forgot to mention. If whenever we play a 5 successfully, we also get a clue back.
True.
Man, let's see. Feels bad only being at 1 clue.
To play a card, just drag it to the left, right? No matter where it is.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll successfully play no matter what color it is. Well,
Okay.
unless it's green. Nice. Hmm. Jeez, all right, all right. Yeah, so as you can see, right, the constraint only having a few clues is really hard. If you run out of clues, then people have to discard, and then we start losing good cards. So yeah. How you feeling about that too, Steven?
Could be anything.
Ooh, tricky. Ooh. If I had to guess, I think that was a really cool idea. But we'll see, we'll see.
Yeah, but last year I didn't trust me.
Yeah.
Or they did trust you, but they trusted you to do something different.
Maybe,
We each had a
maybe.
different idea about what
Yeah.
you had in mind. I was like, oh yeah, I must have just drawn the useful thing.
Actually, yeah, it's true. I see.
I'm gonna keep being the discard bot and just keep discarding cards. Goodbye. Combo. So XecnaR, you said you had never heard of this game before?
Yeah, like the extent I know about this before this is just the Hanabi means fireworks in Japanese and nothing
Oh,
else.
that's all you need to know, yeah. Yeah, the story is actually, there is like a little story to it. It's very silly. They say we're all firework technicians, and we're trying to get ready for a fireworks show, but someone knocked over the light, so we're all in the dark, and we're trying to put all the fireworks in a line.
And yeah, it's really cool. I can see how you play it for like thousands of hours.
Oh my god, seriously, yes. It's too true. The thing I really like about it is that, the best move, the optimal strategy, always depends on who you're playing with, right?
Yeah,
Like
because
you can't just do one single strategy and expect it to always work.
maybe because I, at least from what I see now, need to play like, at least for two people, at least.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, you can play up to 6 people, but that's, yeah, I don't know, they're all fun. And Panacea actually, yeah, when did you learn about Slay the Spire? Was it after you got into Hanabi or before?
I think I learned the rules of Hanabi before I learned about Slay the Spire, but I didn't play online until after I'd already played a lot of Slay the Spire.
Ah, cool. And Steven, what about you? You just play all sorts of games, so
I learned about Hanabi in between rounds at a bridge tournament.
Oh yeah,
You know,
bridge.
yeah, to take a break from playing cards, we decided to play more cards.
Yeah, I had no idea how big of a game bridge was. Like I never realized there were like bridge tournaments, let
Hmm.
alone like being able to make a career of it. That's very cool. Oh god, 2 strikes, 0 clues, very stressful. Hey, we've completed the red suit. Minus that red 5, but
I love that XecnaR discards from slot 1 by default.
yeah, I knew you would.
XecnaR is going to be good at this game, I can tell.
Now wait a minute. Hold on, I see something about my 5.
Yeah, when it's like 0 to nothing to do except discarding.
Discard or play a card, yeah. That's the only two options.
Yeah, be brave and just randomly blind play a card. No. Yeah, yeah. I should have seen that coming. That was my fault. Hmm. Yeah, I gotta say, this deck has not made it easy for us. It's pretty funny. Oh, did we talk about how the game ends? You can see it
Yes.
at the bottom left. There's only 6 cards in the deck. That's what that big 6 means. So we are approaching the inevitable end of this game.
So there's 1, 5, 2, 4, and 3 trees. Right?
One, oh. Yeah, nice. Oh, so, well, actually, I'll wait for your turn. Oh, I should do a quick shout out to. It looks like all 3 of us are streaming our perspectives. So anyone in chat, I highly recommend you go check out XecnaR and Panacea's stream. You can see their hands and their point of view about what they're trying to think about. Just no table talk. Don't, of course, don't spoil what you see in other people's hands.
Yeah, I'm also talking about what I'm thinking a little bit to my stream.
Nice.
Cool. Okay, that actually was just unlucky. You're like a sniper with your discards. Each one you've discarded like the worst one possible. That's another nice thing about this game is whenever you do something wrong, or like not wrong, but whenever you discard a 5, it's never your fault, right? Because literally that's our job to tell you. So all right, hold on to your hats. Here we go. Woo! All right, last round. Here we go. So this will be everyone's last turn of the game. So good luck.
Wait, are there only 2 copies of 3?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
2 copies of the 2, the 3s, and the 4s, and then the 5 is the only one that's a single.
Okay.
Woo!
Woohoo! Hey, GG.
Yeah, GG.
21 points is not bad for a very first game.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Plus, the cards we lost were hilarious. Just like randomly discarding this. Like all the other cards are trash, and you found the one card. Too
Yeah,
bad.
we're
Too bad.
thinking between the 2 3s.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but yeah, I was thinking. I thought that there were 3 copies of 3s, and then not 2. So even if I discarded one of them, it was still fine.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I mean, first of all, congrats on your first game. What we usually like to do, there's this really cool feature where you can actually look back through the game. So if we're down for it, it's sort of the community generally likes to review the games, just sort of go through and talk about what each clue meant. So actually, Panacea, would you like to do the honors to lead the review?
Oh, I can do the review, sure.
Awesome.
1 second. I'm just chewing my cookie.
Oh. And then,
Wait. So do I do use shared turns or what?
yeah, 1 sec. I gotta pass it to you. But also, do y'all mind if I do a quick shout out about the charity?
Go for it.
No, go for it.
Well, first of all, yeah, again, I'll just want to say thanks to everyone for being here. And I really appreciate y'all being a part of this marathon. So, what we're doing in my stream this past month, I've been doing a Hanabi marathon, raising money for the Trevor Project, which is a really cool, really amazing, really important nonprofit for LGBTQ youth. So they do mental health and suicide prevention, and it's a really important time for that. So yeah, if you go to, well, on my stream you can do !donate or !blue cans to learn more information. I'll post the link in Discord if you all want to share it, but it's yeah. But anyway, this is our last week. This is like a bonus week because it was so exciting to get to do this collaboration. So thank you all, and yeah. I'll pass it to Panacea for the review.
All right. So do I do use shared turns or?
Yeah, share turns.
Okay, so now we're at the beginning, and now we're not at the beginning. The first clue was purples here? Okay, good. So people see the first clue?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're cluing purples, and Stephen is probably thinking this is a play clue, so that yeah, and conventionally they will play the leftmost card, which is not something that XecnaR would know about, but maybe the XecnaR pleasantly surprised. The purple one is the one that is played. Or actually, no, we'll see what happens later. So
Here I should definitely tell do about once and not three. If I do give the clue.
yeah, how come it doesn't have a little hover thing telling me what the most recent clue was?
Oh, I think it's now you can slightly see there's a shading of the arrows. So the white arrow versus the gray arrow.
I don't see any arrows.
Oh, weird.
You probably just have to refresh the page. It's probably
Okay.
one of those glitches. Yeah.
Let me do that.
Yeah, this whole website is like open source and free to use. So
Okay,
there's
perfect.
actually been a lot of updates recently. So maybe some glitches going on.
Okay, now it's better. So yeah, so maybe ones would be better because then Piano Book knows 2 ones that can be played sort of sooner. But the 3 is sort of delayed information. And then it's Darth Calculus' turn. And I say this blue 1, which maybe will allow the blue 2 to be played at some point in XecnaR's hand.
XecnaR's blue cards were so frustrating. It's very hard to get those to play without conventions.
Yeah. And then the purple 1 gets played. Yeah. Blue 1 gets played. It's XecnaR's turn. And the 2 is a clue. XecnaR probably thinks this is just high information, cluing a lot of cards that will be useful soon. Stephen probably interprets this as a play clue and decides to play one of them.
Well, sort of. My playing slot 1 off of this clue actually had more to do with Piano playing the yellow one.
Oh, I see.
because I can't know whether or not I hold a blue 2. And so my model of piano was that piano would clue XecnaR's blue 2 if I didn't hold a blue 2. So we could cooperate together and get the.
Yeah,
Right. But
I thought
Steven
about
has
just
no
going
idea
5.
whether they have blue 2 or not.
Right.
Yeah, I figured that my hand was very awkward because I did not get any clues, but that was all I had, like nothing else.
Yeah, it's so sad. We, now that we see everyone's hands, we can see that we had the whole blue suit. But yeah, very awkward to clue them.
So then why did you choose to play the left 2? Just because...
Because I now believe it's blue 2. I have negative blue on the other 2 2s.
Ah, I see.
And it is my belief that piano's only playing the yellow 1 instead of helping with XecnaR's hand if blue 2 is unimportant.
Does that make sense, XecnaR? So from Steven's perspective, Steven does not want to clue XecnaR's blue 2 because Steven has 3 2s that could be duplicating the blue 2, and then we're sort of unclear which blue 2 is going to get played. And so the extension of that is that maybe Piano Block would clue the blue 2 because if Steven did not have the blue 2, then who's going to clue the blue 2?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, but of course it was not the blue 2, it was the red 2. And then XecnaR discards, and unfortunately it happens 5. And this is kind of sad, but it happens. And then I decide to save this blue 5. Book, you said you were going to play that blue 5?
Half joking. My chat was telling me that it's probably red 1, but no, no, I wasn't actually gonna play it.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of options here. I don't really know if this is a good option. I could clue the yellow 2 because Steven's hand is full of goodies that we don't want to be discarded. I guess if I clue, yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of good clues to give. I don't know if this is really that important, but it is going to be discarded soon, maybe. And then, yeah, this yellow clue, normally it's not that great to use a clue on a card that has already been clued. But in this case, we don't want Steven to randomly discard or something, so we need to give him something to do. And then include the red 1, which is a nice card. And then maybe the red 2 will come soon. And then enable discards to generate a clue.
I was hoping Steven. Okay, I see your note on your green 5. Spooked out of my gourd. Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
It's hard, right? Because I can't really spend a clue to clue the 5, or else Steven's gonna discard some other good card.
Yeah, so we wanted Steven to be doing the cluing so that Steven is not doing any discarding. So Piano Blip can discard, and Steven picks up on that. As you can see, if you look at the note on his card, you can hover the green 5 in Steven's hand here. Now we clue the blue 2, which is going to be really good. We can maybe get the blue cards going. And then I discard. Maybe I shouldn't be the one to discard here. I'm not really sure. Piano Book also discards. Now we have more clues. And then we clue the blues, but maybe XecnaR doesn't know which one to play.
Oh, XecnaR, what was your reasoning for this 1's clue? I actually love it, but I'm curious to hear your thought process.
I was thinking we are low on clues, and at that moment I had I still don't have any information to play my cards yet. I want to get more clues because I don't think I figure that Panacea is going to have a hard time like, deciding on what to do in his, and especially when we are low on clues. So I want to generate more clues and give Panacea something to do like immediately. But
Okay.
yeah, like the clue can be interpreted like two ways. And unfortunately, Panacea like, chose the
I picked the other way.
the other way.
Unlucky. Yeah, I guess sort of conventionally later on, we just say that you can generate clues by letting them discard a random card. And then it's not actually a random card because we sort of know which one that will be discarded. And so we don't give too many clues for the purposes of discarding because you can just discard them without knowing what they are, basically. But if this one's case, I mean, especially without any conventions, you don't really know what I'm. Like you might be worried that I'll discard this too, and so you can tell me to avoid that by giving me ones to discard. Unfortunately, I was kind of excited that maybe I just green one, and I decided it was that instead. But I guess maybe you could clue greens if I just clue the green one. So maybe I should have trusted that you were trying to generate some clues here. And then I bomb it, and then we discard for 3.
Let's not see. Yeah, players don't see their own hand.
Why'd you choose to
Hello, Barry.
discard the one that you knew was 3?
I thought maybe Steven could follow up with like 3s if I have green 3. Or
I
worst
see.
case, the thing is, yeah, it's risky either way. Like if I discard my chop, it could be a good card, like green 4 or something useful. So I went with the known sort of bad thing rather than the unknown, maybe horrible thing.
I see. And then blue 4, so this disambiguates 3 and the blue 4 perfectly.
Nice clue.
And then I clue the green 1. I discard my trash 1. And we clue the red 2, which unlocks the red 3. We know that this 3 is, it could be red or blue from Book's perspective, but the blue 3 has already been played, so probably it will get the red 3 to play.
Panacea's hand is a nightmare. Everything's out of order again.
Right, I have purple 2, but it's not easy to, well, yeah. And then maybe it wasn't good for this red 4 because it's not that high priority. But then at least I know that Piano will play the red 3 into it. Discard. Give Steven a yellow 3 to play. 5, yellow 3 does not play yet because we need to get the purples going.
Sorry, can we go to turn 40 again? This might be a useful like UI feature. So XecnaR, if you, let's see, if you like go hover over my hand and click on it, like click and hold. We call this empathy. You can see what I see about my hand, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so
that's
if
definitely
you hover
useful.
over the 5, yeah, and that's why online Hanabi is so different than playing it, on with real cards, because you get to see all this information that the website keeps track of. So yeah, if you hover over the 5, it could be red, it could be purple, it could be blue, except I can see the purple 5, and the red 5 was discarded, so it must be blue, and therefore I can play it.
Yeah, so the yellow and green are not showing up because Piano Book received a yellow clue and a green clue that did not touch the card. And the red and purple are X'd out because Piano Book sees them in other players' hands.
Right. The negative information is good too.
And so that way it's known blue 5 and it can be played.
So that's
One
the
hand.
wait. That's a new card from. Let's say I discard one card, yeah. And the new card goes on a slot 1, or where does it?
Your leftmost.
Okay.
Yeah, the new card is always drawn into slot 1. Yeah.
Okay.
Which, no spoilers, but that is a very important or very useful thing to know.
Yeah, so maybe maybe it's better to clue the yellow 4 than the 1s here, because the reason to clue the 1s would be so that when Piano Book discards, Piano Book does not choose to discard the yellow 4, but instead chooses the 1s. But one way to do that would just be to clue the yellow 4 and let Piano Book discard a random other card, because none of them matter. Maybe that would be a little bit better.
Yeah, I can see how yellow wouldn't work cleanly, but four would work as just a clean 1-for-1, we call it.
Yeah, does that make sense? And then green 5, I decide to save it so that Piano Book or Steven will not discard the green 5 randomly.
This is my favorite turn of the game because XecnaR comes up with a positional discard
Oh,
to try to get Darth's yellow 4.
Oh wow.
yeah. How did you choose between which slot to discard here, or was it just random?
I was picking. I was thinking that there are still 3 trees in the game, yeah, and I don't want to discard a 4 because I guess I can see 2 yellow 4, so in hindsight it doesn't make sense. But I was thinking that the one of the 2 trees in my hand are safer to discard because they are guaranteed to not be 4s. So I just pick one of them randomly.
Oh, cool. Okay, I see. Because it has -4.
Yeah,
That's
because I
awesome.
was thinking there are 3 copies of trees in the game, so even if I accidentally discard the 3 purple, it's like still okay. But there's only 2 copies.
Okay, so does Steven want to talk about this green 4 clue?
Oh, well, does it make sense what it's doing, XecnaR? Just like on the face of it, or no?
Which one? Sorry.
The green clue that I gave to Darth Calculus.
It's pretty spicy.
Green clue.
So what do you think about this clue? What do you think about green in general?
So 5 is okay. So I know that so I know that Steven knows that the 5 in his hand is green.
Yes. So Darth Calculus will know for sure this is a green 4, right? Because green 3 and the green 5
Yeah,
you
yeah.
see. And so I'm not gonna, this is a relevant card for sure, so it must be like the green 4. So then why would we be doing it right now? Well, notice that there's a green 3 in piano books here. So kind of, we could play the green 3 and the green 4 and the green 5. But piano book doesn't actually know that they have the green 3. But piano book assumes that the green 4 would not be clued unless it was relevant right now. So that means piano book has the green 3. And the convention is that this is the newest card that piano book has drawn in their hands, which is the leftmost one, is basically promised to be the green 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's called a finesse.
Yeah, because it's scary from my perspective. When I look, I have to ask, wait, this green clue is terrifying, because Panacea is just going to play that as green 3. And then I realize, whoa, wait a minute. I must have just drawn green 3.
Right. Yeah.
So,
That makes a lot of sense.
yeah, I'll warn you, that is more advanced. But I think there's Steven saw no risk of it going wrong, so I love it.
And I clue the yellow 4, the green 3 plays blindly. And another nice thing about that clue is like it's more efficient. So we get 2 cards to play for only 1 clue.
Yay!
And then it's pretty straightforward from there.
Very
Cool
nice.
stuff.
Woo! Okay,
All right.
so how are you feeling with the general strategy, Zach? What's your impression after one game?
So, it's very important to read from the first clue. First and second players. So yeah, me wasting the clue right at the start is like pretty bad.
Yeah, wasting clue. I mean, yeah, it's. I think we saw that whole game, right? We went down to just a couple clues, and then we got into a nasty, forced discard, forced clue. So yeah, spending clues efficiently is very, very important. But actually, well, first of all, is everyone down to play again?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm good.
Woo!
Woo! So I thought what would be really fun is there's a special kind of game we call a Hydra game. So one of the players will have 2 heads. So basically, I'd like you 3 to play a 3-player game, except I'm going to be spectating XecnaR's point of view. And so XecnaR and I will be talking during the game about the moves. How does that sound?
Sure. Is it just a normal 3-player game, except that 2 players are collaborating?
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, cool. So maybe if Steven and Panacea, if you want to just like deafen yourselves on Discord, so then
Sure.
we can talk. Cool. It's also fine if you just whatever. Okay, they're gone. Okay, so I guess I'll make a new table.
So we just return to the lobby.
Yep.
Or
So I made a new table. If you hop in here.
Right.
Okay, so I was actually curious, how did you learn Slay the Spire? Like, let's say I'm sure you heard about the game, heard it was good. How did you go about learning? Like, did you play it just casually, or did you look up any strategy guides? What was your process?
Oh, my very first, I talked about this on my stream a couple of times, but my very first exposure to the game is just from watching it being played on A20 by a Hades speedrunner.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, the very first thing I see about the game is it being played on A20 and going for the heart.
Oh
So I
my
just
gosh.
I just think that the games are really cool. So then my I played the game with intention from the first one, to actually get good at the game because I see how complex and nice it can be. So there's no
Cool. That's very cool.
there's actually kind of no casual play sort of. So I started
I
out.
get that. Yeah.
Yeah, I started out just by watching. I watched Baylor for like a pretty long time, and then play like Ironclad, Silent End Watcher 2020, and then afterwards, after I played like maybe 200 hours or something, I started watching live coach, and then just yeah, from there just slowly improving.
Very cool.
Okay, so 3-1, I should definitely play one of them.
Yeah. This
Um,
this one's clue is so nice because now our job is very clear, right? We're just supposed to play our ones. So yeah, I'm sort of similar when I want to play a game. I feel like trying to take it seriously or like think about it strategically is part of the fun, So
yeah, the
yeah,
difficult part is just like whenever there's a new game coming out, you don't really know whether this game is like worth is worth your time or not, But at least for Spire, I know immediately. Like, I see the players spending like an hour in Act 1 and Act 20 and they think about all things and like all the decisions actually end up mattering, and then I know, yeah, this game is cool. So I
yeah,
just go into it with the intention of min-maxing that right from the start.
love it.
So yeah, I just completely
Okay,
random.
so
So
the green clue.
the green clue probably means I have a green one. Green one here.
Yep, I agree. We don't know which one, right? But it's somewhere in there.
But here I can.
Because if not, if we don't have green one, Steven will just assume that's green one and bomb it. So fortunately, we can trust Panacea that we have the green one. Yeah.
And Steven should know that. So also know that that is not a green one.
Yep. Okay, can I ask a tricky question to challenge you?
Yeah, sure.
What do you think about us cluing blue to Steven right now? I'll give you a hint. Why would that be a bad idea?
Doing blue.
Yeah, so Steven has a blue one. We could clue it if we wanted to.
So if we so if we have right. So what we don't want him to do is to discard it, which means that so it definitely has to do with the fact that if our hand has a blue one or not. But I don't see
Yes.
the full implication yet. Yeah, definitely
Well,
think
I
about
think
like
you
both
got it.
cases.
You got it. Yeah, we might have blue one exactly. So yeah, if we have blue one already, then like you said last game, right? It would be a waste of a clue to tell Steven about his blue one, right?
So he's going to assume that it's like blue 2.
Well, I don't think so. He would trust it's blue one just because, from we're the one giving the clue, right?
But we have like
But
3. Yeah, the thing is that we have 3 on, so it's going to be weird either way. If we try to clue, if we try to give him a clue about one.
yeah,
Because yeah, if we both have the same one, then it's better to discard and not play it.
Right. Yeah, so I agree that would be weird. So yeah, I think we can just play our ones.
Yeah,
And
just take
then, you know,
a
if-
random one.
Yeah, anyone is fine. Hey, nice guess. And so then, you know, it can be Panacea's job. If he wants to clue Steven's blue one, he can go right ahead. Yeah, the game's it's a lot more comfortable when we just get all the ones down. So yeah, this is like the base game. Like this sort of feels like Ascension level 0, you know.
Yeah.
Just the normal 5 colors, nothing really hard, but you can there are basically different ascensions, different like levels of difficulty you can add for extra challenge. So moment of truth. We'll see if Panacea clues the blue one or not.
So I'm assuming that we have blue one.
I think that's a safe assumption. Yep.
Could still play a one, right? Because the Steven's turn is just going to be discard one of the 3 cards in his hand.
Yep. All of which, yeah. Yeah, Panacea, I really like the 5 clue, right? That tells Steven not to discard those ones.
And also tells us that the other 3 are safe to discard.
Yeah.
I just play another one.
Love it. Okay, so if you want to be really fancy, there's a really cool feature where you can take notes on cards. So if you hover over our last one and right click on it,
Oh,
do
okay.
you see a little text box? So if you're like, I have a terrible memory, so I like to make a lot of notes. So you could just write blue on that card, and it'll show up as blue one.
Mhm. Okay. Press enter to register. Okay.
Oh, you got it. Nice. You can also make notes on other people's cards, but I don't know. It's not always useful. So yeah, to anyone in XecnaR's chat, this is where online Hanabi is like a very different game. If you played Hanabi years ago, you know, with your friends at a party or something, you know, you won't be able to remember what color your cards are, or like XecnaR being able to discard something because it had not 4 on it. That's like impossible to do outside of online Hanabi. So, but yes, expert Hanabi players online absolutely rely on every little bit of information possible. There's a lot of depth that you can go into about reading what each other are meaning about different clues. Okay, great. So is your chat being helpful at all? Do they know Hanabi?
Yeah, I'm not looking at it so much, but
I'm sure they'll behave, right, chat? No spoilers.
yeah, no spoilers. Just play blue and assume that Steven will discard, and Anasia will give maybe a clue. Or should I clue? Should I clue Panacea about the 5?
Oh, interesting. That would be. I'll say that's not necessary. Like, they're expecting us to just play the 1. That's sort of the normal thing. But actually, I kind of like the 5's clue.
Because the thing I'm seeing is that if I play the blue one, yeah, and Steven discard a card, and if our hand doesn't have anything like super useful to clue, then Panacea is having a pretty rough turn.
yeah, he might have nothing to do, right?
Right?
Yeah, I agree.
If I clue him about the 5s, then Steven can discard, Panacea can discard, and then I can play my 1, and then what the discard can happen the next round.
Let's do it. Yeah, I love that. So okay, so Steven is like an expert, right? So I'm trying to think about what he's going to think about this clue. Probably he'll think that we're telling him to discard, right? We're reaching across him to tell the 5s. So he should probably get the message that his hand is complete garbage.
It is just a bit risky because like Panacea can discard any card right now, but if he discards the 3 yellow, then after he cannot discard another 3 yellow.
Yeah. So fortunately, yeah, once 1 copy gets discarded, we can actually give it what we call a save clue for exactly that. You know, like we're cluing the 5s to tell them to not discard them.
Yeah.
So we can do the same thing like about the yellow 3. If we need to, we can just give it a save clue. But yes, that is, we definitely have to watch out for that in case that happens. Well, I sure hope our 1 is blue. Would you be interested in me giving a little bit more strategy advice?
Go ahead.
Okay, so you notice how Steven discarded the blue 1 and not the other cards?
Mm-hmm.
So that's sort of something we all naturally start doing. Oh, yep. See, Panacea just did it too. He discarded his rightmost card. And the logic there is that the cards on the right are going to be the cards that have been in your hand for the longest amount of time. Because remember that new cards always
new
get
cards go
drawn
to
to
the
the left.
right.
Yeah. So if new cards come to the left, that means old cards go to the right.
And yeah, if the old cards are 5, they should be clued to not be discarded. And if the old cards are playable, they should also have been like clued to be safe, I assume.
Exactly. Yep. And so therefore, you know, if when you're trying to decide what card to discard, that sort of becomes the natural strategy to discard your oldest card.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here I just probably just play my 1 and assume that maybe Steven discard again, but we have a lot of clues. But it doesn't make any sense to give any clues right now, right? To me.
Yeah. Everything's looking pretty good, except who knows what's happening in our hand.
Play the 1 blue.
Yep. Hey, it's blue. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick, so be right back. Okay, I'm back.
So why does the purple tool here have an exclamation mark on
Oh
Steven's
yeah,
hand?
good. That's just a nice reminder that it's the only copy left. It's because the other purple 2 has already been discarded.
Oh, okay, so there are only 2 tools as well. Yeah, 3 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4, and 1 5.
Yep, which also adds to 10 cards each of each color, so 50 cards total.
This full clue is a bit dangerous because it's either like to save the purple 2 or to play because there are 3 1s in play and not purple 1.
Yeah, that's funny. Statistically, it probably is playable, right? I guess there are 6 playable 2s and only 1 purple 2. But fortunately, remember I said like save clues. We do allow for save clues. So Steven's a pro, so I have no doubt that he will play it safe and assume that it could be purple 2. And in fact, I'd argue there's probably really good evidence that it is the other purple 2, right? Because we let him discard the other copy. So I bet he'll actually guess it is purple 2 if I know Steven.
So this
Well,
turn,
personally, not much has changed. I don't see much for us to clue unless you have any ideas.
yeah, there's not a lot of information for the moment. So I'm assuming we don't have playable cards.
Yeah, sadly, it doesn't look like it. No one has clued us for a long time.
So probably maybe it's time to, I don't know. We how about cluing Panacea about the yellow trees now?
We could, except I'm afraid he would think that is a play clue, right? Usually, when you clue 3s, or when you clue a card, you have to ask, is this a save clue or a play clue? In this case,
No,
he
like
would.
what if we clue like yellow? No, then he assumes that maybe it's a different number.
Yeah,
yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's the trick part, is thinking about what they will think about our clue. Yeah, it might look very normal to us, but they might misinterpret it.
Doing the one in Panacea's hand, and okay, I assume it's the purple one.
Yep, exactly.
Honestly, I have no idea what to do this turn.
Well, fortunately, there is another option, which is just to discard. Sometimes you just got to discard, right? So
but yeah,
it
like
probably
if
is.
if there's no clue, then just assuming for about our hand, I'm just assuming that they are all discardable.
Maybe not all, but I would say our
At least the
our
older
oldest
cards,
card.
right? Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Like
I said last game, right? Like if we discard and it's a 5, that's not our fault. That's that's Panacea's fault.
I just discard.
So I think we definitely are. We have permission to just discard our card if we want. Perfect. Complete garbage. I was trying to think of like a Slay the Spire metaphor. It's like ones and 2s are like Iron Wave and Perfected Strike. I don't know. they're really good in the early game, but then they're complete trash in the later game.
I'm assuming I should
Now I've got some options. What do you think?
I'm assuming I should play this two and let Steven. If the if the two in our hand is yellow, then Steven can tell Panacea about the yellow tree. I mean, he's going to do that anyway. Now it cannot be discarded.
Right. Yep. Yeah, that would be perfect if it was yellow too.
And Steven can see mine and Panathea's hand, so pretty decent chance that it's just yellow too.
Yeah. But also, I just noticed Steven has a blue 3, so actually, you know what? I'm gonna bet that R2 is not blue. Can you see why? I'll give you a hint. Like I think Panacea might have done something different.
Oh, so if our blue is 2, then Panacea would probably tell Steven about the 3 blue, because the assumption that we are going to play our 2 this turn. Okay.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Good
Oh,
call.
we just play the 2.
Yep. Oh, perfect. Oh, wow. That's actually really, really nice, because not only is there yellow 3, there's also yellow 4 and yellow 5. So we're going to be able to complete the whole suit now.
There's also a green 3, though. I mean, both are playable, but
yeah, I love Steven's clue there. He picked up both the 3s with 1 clue, so very nice.
I think I should know the yellow 3 is the yellow 3.
Oh yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah.
And he can see 4 and 5 in Steven's hand. So if he knows it's yellow 3, he should definitely play it, I think.
Yeah, I wonder what he thinks about his other 3. I think it could be anything, but you know, it seems maybe a little greedy for him to assume that it's exactly the other playable 3, right?
Okay,
maybe
let's
it could be red
yellow,
3 or purple 3.
Let's screw yellow here.
Oh, yeah, perfect. Yep. That's another great clue because it picks up the 4 and fills in the 5. So now we're gaming. We're gaming. I'm going to predict that Panacea does not play that 3. I think he's going to hold on to it in case it's purple or red.
Yes. There's probably a clue. Is it can't be all purple. One of the random 2 cards. So maybe he doesn't. If Panacea discards the card, then can I assume that I have purple 4?
Ooh, that's a cool read. Yeah. Well, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's possible he'll just really trust that Steven would have glued it. But yeah, hard to say. We might have purple 4.
So we definitely don't have purple one, I'm assuming.
Yeah, sadly, I think we only got clued. Yeah, the 1 and 2. So the other nice thing about discarding, it's easy to just think like, oh no, it's let's risk a discard and get a clue back. But the other thing that it does is draws a new card, right? So every time you draw a new card is a new chance
Yeah,
at
for more
drawing
clues.
a playable card. So like we would love to draw blue 2 or red 1, or sorry, red 2.
And I don't see the any clue we can give, which is like super useful. Probably just discard.
Yeah, I agree. Love it. It's so satisfying to discard just trash. I will say for your viewers, I saw in your chat someone asked, like what's the average score that experts can get? I'd say experts who play the base game, not only do they expect to get high score, like max score, they also expect to not ever discard any good card. Well, look at that. We drew blue 2. It's kind of weird that Steven gave that clue, because he could have just played his yellow 5. Well, things are going very well so far.
We just play blue 2, yeah? Or do
Yeah.
we... Is there a... Probably... Yeah, probably not.
Okay, I've got another challenge question for you. Ready? Should we clue Steven's blue 3? Because we know we have the 2. Should we be worried about Steven's blue 3?
I'm assuming that... I'm assuming that Steven will do the ones in Panacea's hand. So we can wait until the next round to do that. Because-
The 1's clue might be dangerous, because Panacea would just assume purple 1, right?
No, but he has two copies. Actually no, yeah, it's true. Because yeah, I see. I was assuming
Yeah,
that
Panacea.
yeah, I was assuming
sorry.
that cluing 2 ones would mean it's like safe to discard, but it actually doesn't mean that.
Yeah, Panacea made a really good point last game, actually. The cluing trash is usually not very good, because they'll discard naturally without any clues.
Mhm.
So we can actually just sort of let them die a natural death without spending any clues on them.
So doing a 3 right here might. Unless we have like actually no. I was thinking that maybe cluing the 3 would make Steven think that he has a green 3, but he sees that Panacea has a green 3. So he could maybe assume that we don't really waste a clue on that.
Yep.
And then he sees the blue 2 in our hand. But maybe the other one is the red 2.
Yeah, it's hard to say, actually, because Panacea also has a 3 in his hand, so Maybe he thinks that could be blue 3, so who knows? So maybe it's safest to just
It's probably
play.
just play the blue 2.
Yeah, the nice thing is that nothing is in danger right now because Steven still has his yellow 5 to play, so there's 0 chance he'll be discarding on his turn. But I'm gonna say I would bet money that we actually have blue 3 as our 4th card. I bet that other blue card is blue 3. But we'll see. We'll see if that's true. My bet is if our card is actually blue 3, or sorry, blue 4, I bet Panacea will clue blue to Steven this turn.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the blue 1 before, right? Panacea just totally ignored Steven's blue 1. And so we just trusted that we had blue 1, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, moment of truth. Let's see what he does. Oh my god. A purple 1.
So we probably assume that Steven will clue purple to Panacea.
Yeah.
And I should just play the blue 3.
I like that, yeah. And again, right, if that's blue 4, that's not our
blue
fault.
4, then yeah, if that's blue 4, then Panacea should definitely let us know.
Yeah. Very nice. Oh, my chat pointed out something good. They're saying, don't forget, we're at 8 clues right now. So Steven actually is not even allowed to discard here if he wanted to. So he has to give a clue. But I think XecnaR is right. He'll probably just clue purple. So the Ascension 20 equivalent in this game is called Clue Starve, where, like, if you want to play at the highest level, there's a variant where every discard, instead of giving you a clue back, it only gives you half a clue back. So you have to be like, yeah, it's brutal. It's very hard.
I'm assuming that's green 4.
Oh, cool. Yeah, tell me why you think it's the 4, not the 3.
Because Panacea knows that he has green 5, and it doesn't. I already forgot like what he knows about his 3. But basically, like, if we also have the green 3, it's just a waste of a clue, right? Because like Panacea already has a green 3 in his hand, and it's his turn next turn. So if we both have green 3s, then and the green 3 wants to be played, then the clue should be given to Panacea instead. So I'm assuming that Panacea already knows it's a green 3. Another clue is given to us so that we can actually play the green 4.
Yeah, I love it. I'd say, it's possible that Panacea didn't actually know it's green 3 yet. But the cool thing is, if we have green 4 and Steven said, hey, green 4, look, that's sort of hinting to Panacea that he actually has the 3. So yeah.
So we just play the green 4. Yeah.
Sounds good. Oh, so there's another really cool feature I don't think we talked about. Even in the game, you can look back through the history. So if try just scrolling through with the left arrow button.
Arrow?
Do you see?
Oh, okay.
Does that work?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so usually that's not really relevant, but if you want to, you can kind of remind yourself of what happened and who did what when.
Panacea definitely knows that he has purple 1. And he knows that Steven has purple 2. So if we have purple 3, then maybe he should let us know.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe if we have purple 3 on our oldest card, that would be very smart for Panacea to, delay playing the 1 and just tell us about the 3.
So if we just play the 1, I'm assuming that we are safe to discard.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because Panacea doesn't know about the blue 4 in his own hand, so he can't be expecting us to clue him, because he could just have trash in his hand for all he knows. So I agree. Yeah, we could discard if we want.
Is it better to tell Panacea about the blues? Because if we just give him a clean hint about the blue, he knows that it's 4 and 5, and so don't know exactly the position. And does Steven know that is a purple 2? It is a 2. Can be red, purple, or blue. Maybe.
Yep. I bet Steven will just play his 2 now, because worst case, well, yeah, no, I think he just knows it's purple, I think.
Yeah, if it's not playable, then we should tell him about it. So if we don't do anything, then he should assume that it's playable.
I love that. Yes, I like that, yeah.
So we should spend this turn to tell Panacea about the 4 instead. Would assume. Just give the to Panacea.
Yeah, I like that a lot, because that's being a really good teammate. It's letting Steven play his card and Panacea play his card. So yeah, great clue. That was a really, really smart point you said about the 2s. That if it was a bad 2, we would tell him to not play it. So we call that the good touch principle. If cards get touched, if we spend a clue to touch a card, we trust that it will be a good card at some point. So very cool intuition. All right, now what?
Panacea already knows that he has the blue, which he can play. The other 5 is also guaranteed to be green. He knows that he can play 2 cards. Even at the moment, guess it depends a lot on what is in our head. But I don't see like super useful clues to give. We can't exactly play anything at the moment, so I would assume that it's just a discard turn.
Yeah.
Can also clue Panacea but the 2 red, but Panacea already has like the next 2 turns covered, so probably should not waste a turn on that.
All right, sounds good to me.
Just discard the Primus one.
Ooh,
Okay, so whose fault was
that's
that?
very interesting.
So whose fault was that? Because that was definitely not our fault.
Yeah. I have a okay, yeah. So it's definitely their fault. Except I have a bet. I bet they did not make a mistake.
Maybe we have 2. Yeah.
There it is. Yep.
We have 2 purple 3.
Yeah. The game's a lot easier when you just can trust that your teammates are not making mistakes, but it's not always the. I still make mistakes all the time, so you never know. Okay, so there's another important assumption. The question is, which card should we play? Because technically, either one could be purple 3, right? I don't know. It's up to you if you want to. We could just wait and wait for more information. But if you want to be brave, we could try to play one. This sort of reminds me of a Spire run where we have a really good deck. We're probably going to win, right? So the strategy kind of shifts. Instead of asking, like, oh, how can we beat the heart? The question becomes like, how do we get really unlucky? What's the unluckiest thing that could happen to make us still lose?
Yeah, here playing the wrong purple would be really bad.
Yeah, so I bet it's like 95% to be on slot 3, but I agree. Let's just not risk it. It's like playing around falling and losing your rush down.
Panacea still has.
Steven's hand is complete garbage. Duplicate red 4s we don't care about.
I'm assuming I just discard here.
I think that's fine, yeah.
Yeah,
the only card we're looking for is red 3.
Even if we discard one of them, there's still another copy. Be fine. But there's plenty of clues.
Yep.
Let's discard the oldest one.
Sounds good. Yeah, oh, interesting.
It's red 3.
I wonder if we have the other copy there too. That I'm less sure about. Maybe they did expect us to play, but I'm not sure. Oh, so we both had red 2. So you mentioned, yeah, there are 2 copies of red 3, but there is a scary fact. What if the other copy of red 3 is on the very bottom of the deck. If that happens, then we actually won't be able to get the maximum score. But that's just up to chance now.
I'm assuming we play red 2.
Let's see. Yeah, I think that's fine. I bet Steven will
Because,
probably
yeah.
clue purple.
Yeah, because if Steven doesn't want us to play this red 2, then maybe we'll just clue Panacea about his red 2.
Yeah, I agree. That seems
yeah. There has to be
solid.
there has to be a reason why he clue us and not Panacea. But I mean, maybe it's because Panacea already has a turn that he can play. Yeah, because he has green 5, he knows that.
Oh yeah.
So maybe this
Yeah,
clue can
I
also
like
just
playing the two.
yeah, maybe this clue just to give us something to do this turn. But there's still 7 clues, so we can see what. I think I just wait to see what Steven will do his turn.
I agree. Yeah, nice. I'm still hopeful that we have the other red 3. You know, because Steven could have done some tricky stuff. But okay, we'll see.
If we have red 3, Panacea should tell us about it right now. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm just
And then I can tell Steven about the red 4 and red 5. So
I think it's just hopium.
If Panacea doesn't give us a clue about red 3, then we probably don't have it.
I don't know. I'm high on the copium here. I really hope we have the other one, but maybe you're right. Oh, so this purple clue is cool. This is Steven encouraging us to play our purple card. So we call this a prompt. It's saying like, hey, those purple cards, they're playable. So in this case, now we can trust to just play our newer purple card, which is slot 4.
Why is the newer one more likely to be a 3?
Well, it's sort of the same logic of the discards. It follows that, you know, the newer cards are probably well, sorry, the left newer cards are more likely to be playable. Because if the other one was purple 3, they would have clued it earlier.
But if the early on is purple 3, then we have because I think the other card was also in our hand for like a pretty long time. What if we just have two purple 3s very early on?
That is actually a really good point. I don't disagree.
I guess that's why you say that it's like 95%, not 100. But
yeah,
if Steven is saying that it's playable, then it probably means that it's the safer assumption.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said about the 2s earlier, I think if they were in the other order, that would be their job to fix it, you know.
We just play the newer one,
yeah. That is always a little scary, but I think we just have to trust the team that that's what they expect. Whew. Which means surely the other one is the 5. Okay, nice. So here's our last chance to draw the red 3. Uh-oh.
What does this clue say now?
I think it's just a little bit. I think Steven didn't want to discard, just in case he didn't want to draw like all the remaining cards. So basically, it's just like a stall. He's just saying, I'll pass.
Oh, but then it would be better to give us clues about the other cards.
Maybe, yeah, well, sad news. What that means is that we don't have any other good cards. Yeah, it's too bad.
We just play this and
Yeah, all we can do is hope that we draw a red 3. Ah, there it is.
And there's still we can play 2 cards by mistake, intentionally last turn if nothing else. But yeah, definitely cluing now to not draw. We just play 3.
Yeah, this is the best we can do. Is ooh nice. Okay, 24. Good game. I guess they'll probably unmute in a second. Hello,
GG.
welcome back.
GG, so sad.
GG.
I will take full blame on that. I made a read that we probably didn't have red 3 on top.
Oh,
But yeah,
wow.
GG.
Was that read based on anything? Because I don't think the team ever gave you permission to discard that card.
It was me thinking that maybe you would have done a finesse on the red 2, but of course that's my fault.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I wasn't worried, even if you guys weren't going to assume the order of your purple cards on that turn, because there's the clean 2 clue to the red 2 to give. And you like clearly don't have permission to discard since you're expected to play a purple 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
But all right, let's see. Steven, would you like to lead this one?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I passed it.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's go through it. Okay, so I start with 1, expecting a green follow-up, and then I'm going to give a yellow finesse. So this is the line that I'm imagining is going to happen.
Oh, can I say one thing? Is I think if chat ever has any questions for us in review, I say go for it. Like if you want to ask about why you gave a clue.
So I'm imagining an opening line, something like this at the beginning. But obviously there's a lot of things that get in the way, such as my having a green 2 in slot 1, and yellow 1 being the next card in the deck. So my green 2 is clued. Seems good.
So, do you think there's ever an argument to save the 5?
Instead of cluing the green 2.
Yeah,
Because we don't have OCMs on, basically, is the
yeah,
idea. Yeah, without OCMs, I would clue 5.
yeah. Because maybe like blue 1 gets played and then yellow 5 gets discarded or something.
Yeah, something sad like that. Although, yeah, something like that could happen. So I agree. It's slightly better to give it the 5 save and make sure that it's safe for XecnaR to play. But green 1 plays first, so yay. By the way, if at any point you want me to stop or slow down or anything like that, let me know, because I have a tendency to go quick. Okay, so then, yeah, here it would be normal to clue yellows to Zek. But I wanted to slow down the discard of the purple 4 and thought I had enough time, basically, to take this line instead.
I was really surprised about this too, because to me, like now yellow 2 is weird.
Yeah, I was willing to wait to get this card, especially because I see both copies of yellow 3.
I see.
So even if one of them gets discarded before the yellow 2, we can still save it, and then it'll be fine. It could get a little awkward, though. I agree. This is definitely a logical alternative, but it protects the purple 4 less than the 1 clue does.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. 5 still. So this was, I guess, instead of playing the 1, the idea was we wanted Steven to discard because Steven has 2 pieces of trash on job.
Yeah, this was XecnaR's idea. I love it.
Yep. I think that's good. That's good discard modulation. Okay. Good night, purple 4. Okay, I basically know purple 2 is on chop, and I get confirmation right away. Okay. Yep. Basically either yellow or red. Okay, known yellow 3, mystery 3. Yep, nice. Yellow 4, 5. Okay. And then, sure, if this were blue 4, Darth would be cluing blue 3 right away, so it's known blue 2, 3. This might be a small mistake, I don't know. Instead of playing the yellow 5, I could have immediately clued green to Zek. Maybe Darth doubts that this is green 3 when I play yellow 5 first, and then clue this later, but we got away with it in game, so that's always nice. Oh, yeah. We won't talk about that. There's something fancy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then purple 1 seems good. Okay, yep, I'm occupied, so you give the blue clue, seems good. And then, yeah, if this red 2 wasn't drawn, then the clue would definitely be 3 like this, which would be pretty juicy.
Yeah,
But
we didn't talk about that in game, but that was why I felt pretty safe.
Yeah, there is a time when you're not getting the finesse though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so Darth expected purple 3 to play, and so didn't stop to give the 3 clue. It might still be pretty good though, just as a nice 2-for-1 right now.
Actually, yeah, you could do red as well.
Oh, I wasn't exactly sure whether this would be interpreted as a clue red 2 or not. Just
Check.
because I wasn't sure what conventions we were using. But I
Right.
Mm-hmm.
did consider like red 3s to XecnaR as a self finesse here.
Red's actually cool because if you check the empathy, slot 5 has -2 on it.
Ah, and then
So it's-
Yeah, that's pretty
Okay.
juicy as well.
I didn't think of that. That would have been
But it's also fine to just expect purple 3 to play and know that Steven has a good clue to give. And then, yeah, I think, especially given that there's a red 2 to be cleanly clued here, I don't think discard is really a logical alternative, given that it can easily be the red 3.
Yeah, the irony was we were talking about, like risk mitigation, like what's the worst way we could lose,
Yeah,
and we agreed that it would be very sad to just bomb a purple 4 or purple 5 here.
for sure. Yeah.
But, I mean, the thing
But
we
you have
didn't
a
actually
safe way
talk.
to punt on that, of course. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
two would be the safest option. I agree.
Yeah.
But
Unfortunate.
my bad.
Very small mistake turns out to be the losing move, but that's sometimes how it goes with Hanabi, you know? Get wrecked, everybody. Okay.
Best way to learn is to lose a card.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice
Stalling
stall.
here is kind of irrelevant actually, because like if red 3 is next, then Zek can stall instead of me. And if red 3
Oh,
isn't next, then we can't win anyway, basically.
good point.
Right. So I just stalled so that there's no problem for Zek to think about on their turn. So just to show what I'm talking about, like if I don't stall here and it goes like if it goes discard play, so now the red 3's drawn, like well, we're dead anyway, actually. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
There's no red 4 here. Yeah. So actually I do have to stall. I do have to. I didn't even think it through that far.
Yeah, and end game calculations can be a pain.
Yeah. So if oh wait, no. Yeah. If red 3 is indeed the next card, sorry, then this discard happens. This is red 3, and now it's important that everyone like
Yeah,
do
stall,
this
and then stall again.
and then stall again. Yes, exactly.
Ew,
Yeah.
gross.
So that the final round starts when Steven plays the red 4 and everyone gets a chance to play their cards. Yeah, so stalling now makes it so that if the next card is red 3, then it's a little bit less of a stall fest, but not really. It's like the same thing
Yeah.
basically. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, Yeah, there we go. GG. Even better than last
GG.
time. 24 out of 25.
Oh yeah.
Let me give this back to Piano.
So I want to be mindful of time. It's been 2 hours. I'd be up to play again if y'all want, but also totally fine if you need to run. How's everyone feeling?
I'm good.
I can do one more.
Okay, cool. How about we just go back to 4-player and just sort of this will be like the final challenge, right? Like no table talk. We just play it straight.
All right, can I go to the bathroom and then BRB?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, I'll also take
I will make a new
2
table.
minutes.
Sounds good.
Yeah, be right back.
I'll go get more coffee too. Steven, it was funny. It was because of your reverse finesse last game that I was like, I bet he'll be looking for a finesse. But I
Oh.
failed to consider exactly red 2 on our
Exactly,
finesse.
red 2 on the finesse position. Yeah, yeah.
I've been talking about that on stream a little bit. Like, I think that's one area of improvement I can do for myself is read more into what top decks could be bad.
Mm,
You know, like
yeah,
what could I have just drawn that makes our life hell?
right. Yeah.
We always talk about bottom decks, but never top decks.
Those top deck risks. Yeah, the TDRs.
TDRs, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be right back too. All right, I'm back.
Welcome back. It looks like we have run into the issue of an unpassworded game.
Yeah, I'll change it. Yeah, you know, I will say though, if anyone wants to come learn this game, Hanabi Live is free, super easy to set up. And as you can see, like we literally just had like a random person come try to join our game, which is usually absolutely encouraged, but sadly not for this one.
I am back as well.
Woohoo!
Hello. How was your silent run going, by the way?
I actually have no idea. I mean, I'm not good at evaluating. I'm really good at Ironclad, but I was just kind of messing around with talent.
Ah, cool.
I had some eviscerate classes. That was kind of fun.
Yeah, everything I'm good at with silent, I've learned from XecnaR. So it's funny.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I didn't watch enough silent. I'm happy that he's playing Ironclad runs now, though.
I've learned some good Ironclad tips from both of you. So,
Awesome.
Steven, who's your favorite character?
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, welcome back.
I don't know. It changes, but I think right now I like Defect the most.
Oh, that's
Defect.
XecnaR's favorite too, right?
Yeah,
Yes, the defect.
it's my fourth favorite. Yeah.
Poor
I will
Defect.
say the downside of Defect is that it can feel really linear at A20. It's just like stack focus every time.
Yeah, orb monkeying, right? That's the
Yeah.
term. Oh, XecnaR, we made a new table if you want to join.
Okay, okay.
No rush.
Although that's said, maybe there's other people who play defect differently and more successfully who don't stack focus every time. But I don't know. Like,
There's Terrence.
Yeah, definitely check out
Yeah.
Terrence.
okay, we'll do.
Oh, and XecnaR also plays defect these days. A little bit.
But
I
you're an
think-
orb monkey, right?
No, I don't. I'm not an orb. At least for now.
Okay.
Hmm.
I was kidding, don't worry. Yeah, defect makes zero sense to me.
To be
It's
honest,
easy
I've
when you
really
just
been
get a bunch of
enjoying
frost.
Monster Train more than Slay the Spire recently, just as like a
Ooh.
I played
little
some
mix.
Monster Train.
Yeah.
I like, or one thing that's interesting about it is like how the scaling goes. It's almost like you need to be getting multiplicatively stronger.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Yeah. I think you get stronger a lot faster in Monster Train than you do in
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still too new to the game to like make any sweeping statements about how it be, you know?
I haven't played
That's
Monster
fair.
Train, but from what I heard about it, is like the overpowered builds are easier to assemble basically, and you are like kind of expect to get overpowered.
That matches my experience so far. Like I get the impression that a strong player could probably win almost every seed that they play. I don't know whether it's true that like the skill ceiling is lower though. Like playing optimally, I don't know if it's any easier. But you definitely will win a lot more while you play optimally. Or while you play suboptimally, if that makes any sense. I don't know.
Do you
So it's
play
like
on the
watching.
hardest difficulty?
Not yet, because I am still
Yeah.
not enough hours in. Yeah.
I basically just win streak from like Ascension 1 to Ascension 10. And I was like, yeah, I need the challenge with Sire. I don't want to grind through Ascensions, so I just stopped.
Hmm.
Alright, I might definitely.
Sounds good. Good luck, have fun.
Oh yeah, I clue Panacea about the one and not Stephen, because I'm assuming that if I clue Panacea about the one, then he should play it, and then Kenobrook can ban his clue or for Stephen. Because if I clue Stephen instead, then Panacea's turn is going to be weird. He's probably going to clue Kenobrook instead. And then they both play it at once, and then they have nothing to do. And then Panacea also has nothing to do. And that is a little bit weird. Unless
Alright,
there's
one's monkey.
unless there's something spicy in my
Just blue
hand.
ones, 5-head.
Oh, cool. They both deafened, I see.
We're all alone in here.
So currently I have nothing to do, which probably means I clue. If I clue 2 to Panacea, like, does he assume both are playable? Not really, right? He might. Yeah, he might interpret as like one of them being playable and the other one is not, and I clue him to not to play but to not discard. What does this mean? There's no 5 in here. Now Steven has some straightforward turns to play the ones. If I clue Panacea about the two, how many more clues do we need to for him to play both? And because this turn, his turn is definitely not going to play one, which means he's probably going to clue piano block about the one, maybe, because he doesn't see the yellow 2 in his own hand. So cluing the yellow 2, maybe I have purple 2, and then it makes even more sense to clue the purple one. Because if I clue, if I don't clue Panacea about the 2 right now, then a little bit weird for him. Maybe I can clue the one purple one on piano sook hand, then we go back to like square one. Again, next turn comes in, and maybe I don't have anything to do. But then I can clue Panacea about the 2 next. It doesn't make sense. Actually, it just doesn't make sense. I should probably just clue Panacea about the 2s now. I mean, if it's, yeah. So he definitely assumes that he has one playable 2 at the very least. But he cannot safely assume he has 2 of them. But yeah, next time my turn comes, I'm just assuming that I have saved this card if nobody tells me anything. We'll probably assume that there's like no 5 in our hands, otherwise maybe it would already happen. So this I should discard. If I discard, what would Panacea do? So he still doesn't know for sure that the 2s are safe to play. So he would probably clue what the yellow 2. Or he discards one of the not 2. I should just discard. Yeah, I don't see a. Clue 3, the thing about cluing. I mean, is that true though? Fantasia knows he has 2 2s and 2 3s. But he might also interpret as the 3 being safe to. No. Yeah, if there's a dangerous card to discard, it would tell him about it. So it's probably true. That if I clue him with the 3, he would assume that I'm telling him to play a card. Then he would play on the 2. But then Piano Brook doesn't have a real turn to play, but I guess he can discard. And then Steven can play the 1. Because if the 1 is not playable, then he will know about it. So then I clue Panacea about the 3s, he plays the 2, our clue goes to 3. Then Rook discard, it goes to 4. Steven plays, and then I have next turn I can discard, and then clue goes to 5. Panacea I can play the other 2, because now he knows that he has the yeah, both tools are safe. Not too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad. Actually, true. I should probably clue. I should probably spend a clue to tell Panacea to play a 2. But yeah, it's definitely not a color, because if Panacea is still assuming like it's either 1 card safe to play or 2 cards, yeah. So if I tell him, let's say 2 or 3 are yellow, then he would assume that the other 2 is safe to discard maybe. And it actually is, because there is another 2 blue, but then we have to spend another clue on that. And then it's a little bit weird. So this should actually work for him, because like, if it's if this clue 3 for Panacea doesn't mean that I'm telling him to play his card, then it doesn't make a lot of sense. Unless he's thinking that no, but he sees the Piano Blue and Stephen has like 2 different color tools. So it's not really possible that he interprets that I'm expecting him to clue one of the other tools. Right? Surely not. Unless he's assuming that he has both 3 for blue and for yellow, but then it's just a waste of clue. So maybe this works. Maybe this works. Yeah, maybe this works. It's a little bit long-winded though. So maybe Panacea also can assume that I'm wasting a turn. And then everything goes down the drain. Or wrong somehow. I mean, if Panacea trusts me completely, then it would play a card. Unless there's something I'm missing here. How safe do I feel about this card? Pretty safe, because I think that next... Basically, this round, for me to hit this 3 is just to give Panacea something to play. And then depending on which one he plays, then maybe Piano Blue can also give Steven another clue. He can also discard, but I know that I have something to do next turn because I feel like my discards are safe, and there are cards that we can play right now. Now, if Panacea doesn't play one of his tools right now, though, then it gets really bad. Because then that's not good. That's actually very, very bad because now we have to waste like another clue for Panacea, the tools. But yeah, it was like it's like really long-winded, right? The logic to jump from like me cluing the trees into Panacea playing one of the tools. It's like a pretty big leap. I mean, I still have a safe discard here, but now I guess Panacea also has a safe discard. He can discard either one of his tools, really, but all his trees. But then it's not that easy to basically gain back like a lot of clues from here. Okay, so now at least Fantasia knows that he cannot discard his tool, yeah, because Piano Rook did not play his tool and discarded it instead. Once again, right? If once again, if Panacea has yellow tool, basically, if I really don't want Panacea to discard, I should tell him about it. So and then yeah, all 5 ones are on the table right now, so he should play one of his tools, definitely. So I think I can spend. My turn safely discarding. Because I have not discarded a single card yet, yeah. So if there's a 5 in my hand, I should already know. And I'm assuming General can discard probably one of these. Yeah, Panacea's turn is definitely playing one of these if I discard. I mean, not definitely, but it probably is. Okay. That's different. Oh, this being 4 purple actually means that Panacea cannot play now. So that doesn't work out. Because now the 4 purple cannot be discarded, yeah? Panacea has to spend his turn to clue the 4 purple. But then Steven has to spend another clue. So I'm assuming that Pedro Blue would know the 4 purple is 4 purple. Probably should probably type that. Oh, because the only reason Panacea would not play this turn is because there's immediately something to save. So yeah, Piano Brook should be able to read that. That is a purple 4. I wonder what he's doing on his turn, because now maybe he discards the second card, or he can give a clue. But purple 2 assume Panacea wouldn't give. I mean, if it's not purple 4, then Panacea should just play his 2. I'm assuming. Because every single 2 is safe to play here. And he knows, the Panacea knows that his hand is 2 2s and 2 3s. So honestly, the only real reason here to give a clue is that that is purple 4. And I mean, purple 2 is still safe to discard, yeah. So there's no reason to one Piano Block over the purple 2 there at all. Even if that purple is 2. Yeah, exactly. He discards the second one. Hmm. So now I can clue Piano Blue about his 2 red. Or I can just discard and assume that Piano Blue will discard his red one. Because we, at the moment, Panacea has, the next 3 turns of Panacea is already covered, kind of. Panacea is playing one of the 2s, he's going to play the other 2, and then he's, yeah, especially when Stephen or myself give Piano Blue a clue about his 2 red, like the Panacea should assume that he does not. Oh yeah, he already knows that he doesn't have 2 red in his hand. So that's good. So I should discard. Should I discard? I can also tell Piano Blue what his 2. But Panacea has 3 turns cover, Piano Blue has like 2 turns cover, kind of, because somebody will eventually tell him about his 2 red. He discards the 1 red and then he plays the 2 red. Even unless Steven has nothing to do at the moment, especially if Panacea plays his. Well, if Panacea plays his it doesn't matter. Yeah, if no matter what, Steven can always discard. You know, it's 3. I know I don't have red 2, so we must have drawn. I don't have red 2 though. But probably true, yeah. If I have red 2 right now, then Steven would probably clue me about it instead. That's true. I mean, maybe not, because then we both have red 2s. Then no matter who discard is fine. Honestly, I think I just discard here. I think I just discard here because the next 2 or 3 rounds are already covered. If it's not safe to discard, then I would already know, yeah. So it's probably okay assumption that I can discard here. I think I definitely should play a 2 now. And yeah, I'm assuming because I discarded instead of giving Piano Blue a clue, he should discard his 1. Unless there's a more important clue to give. Alright, that's a little bit weird. Wait, why was the 1 clue there? Yeah, why was the 1 clue there? Okay, if there's a clue about 2 reds, cannot be 5. Okay, 1. I see 2 and 3. No real information. I cannot actually play one of these cards, yeah? Low draw? Okay, 2 and 4 maybe, but I cannot play them right now. So Panacea still has another 2 to play. He knows that it's not yellow 2, so he can safely play his 2 no matter what. If that is the case, I don't think I need to worry about him like discarding his 5. Like, yeah, he can say multiple things about this. Don't think I can afford to play here. And my natural because I don't really have a lot of clues about my head, yeah. So the natural thing I'm thinking about doing in my turn would be to discard. So if it tells me about the red right now, that probably means that this is 4. Because yeah, I'm thinking of discarding otherwise, and I would discard this card now, unless it tells me about it. And if it tells me about it, it probably means it's important. And yeah, there's a 2 here, there's a 3 here, which probably means this is 4. I mean, I'm just going to assume it's 4. So, 4 question mark? If that's the case, then I should probably discard this one. Yeah, let's do that. Now, the very unfortunate thing would also be that this is unsafe to discard, but I was not warned about it like before. It's right instead of 4. Maybe it means that this is safe to discard then. Like, what about that? Maybe it tell me that this card is completely safe to discard. Because if this one is actually 4, then there's no problem with discarding this like whatsoever, no matter what it is. Now, if I discard this and it turns out to be 4 somehow, like, how would that happen? Because yeah, if I have 2 red, if this is a 2 and I can play it like long before, then I should already know about it, kind of. And well, yeah, they can both be 4. So if I discard this and it turns out to be 4, this is probably still 4. And then we were still fine. Otherwise, it's like, I mean, this is almost always safe to discard. So yeah, I'm assuming I can just discard this like completely safely. If it turns out to be 4, then it's probably still fine. But this most likely is still a 4. Now, if this is wrong, no? Now, if this is wrong, though, that's really bad if it's wrong. I'm assuming it's not wrong. Panasi has 2 3s. What does he know? He knows exactly this 3 red, so he will play it. The other one he doesn't know. If I clue Stephen about the 4s right now, he would still not of course not play them. There's no 3 purple. I mean, I can clue piano blue while he's 3 blue. If a clue is a blue, he should know it's a 3. Because Panacea, he sees Panacea's hand. And Panacea doesn't have anything to... I mean, Panacea doesn't do anything with the information that I give. That if I clue the 3 blue right now. It doesn't make sense to clue blue at all if it's not 3. But the thing is that we don't really want to discard these 4 at all, right? If I clue Piano Blue on this 3, yeah, and Panacea plays his 3, and then Piano Blue plays his 3. I guess Stephen doesn't know enough about his hand to discard, so maybe he gives me a clue or somebody else. But then we have like two clues left. The other 5, I mean, he knows that it's purple and it's like not safe. And Panacea still has potentially 2 more turns to play, so no need to clue him by the 5 yet. Or does he already know? Not really. He has no information about this. Somebody will need to clue Panacea about the 5 at some point. Like, is it me? I can do it next round. So let's say I do clue on this. We go to 3. Panacea plays. Pedro plays. Maybe Steven clues me or the 5 here. If Steven clues this 5, it probably means I can safely discard this. So we go up to 4 again. If Steven clues me a card. What would Panacea do then? Let's say he plays 3 yellow. And Piano Book plays 3 blue. Panacea knows that he's a 3, but then I don't clue him anything. What would he assume? Can be both ways. There's a play, yeah, absolutely. Panacea next turn is still playing this 3. I'm assuming. Oh yeah, like why now though? Why would I clue the 3 now? Because he can still discard his 1, you know. But maybe not. Maybe if I clue this 3, that's probably okay. He knows that these are both purple, yeah. So cluing 3 is probably cluing better. It's better than cluing blue. Yeah, cluing 3 is definitely better than cluing blue. If I clue for Piano Book to play. Useful to clue the 3? Yeah, probably. Because I can still discard next turn and we still have like three clues to use afterwards. I can see it. And definitely clue 3 over clue blue. But actually I should play one of his 3 and then Piano Block knows that we see all different all the different 3s, so he should assume that the 3 he has is not these colors and it's also not purple. And it's also safe to play, so he should know that it's the blue. Otherwise there's no reason to clue him about this 3 right now. Red over 4, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is still 4. I'm pretty sure this is 4 red. Don't know whether I should let Panacea know about his 5 though. But we'll see. Honestly, Piano Group should know by now that this is the... He knows that this is 4 purple. And he should know that this is the 3 blue. Is there any other reason to clue 3 right now if it's not 3 blue? But let's say it's not really, right? Because if it's not 3 blue, then it's trash and can be discarded. So like, why waste a clue on that? But whether he actually plays 3 blue or not is still not super clear. So like, I'm thinking maybe Pianru plays this, and then Stephen, if my hand is not super urgent, can give a clue about this 5 red for Panacea, and then I play this 4, and then Panacea plays his 5. So then we still go to 2 clues, but Piano Blue might safely discard this. 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's the where's 2 purple? Yellow, that is definitely a 5. We can do that. And I assume that I should just play this 4. Wait, should I? Panacea still doesn't know about his 5 here, yeah. And his 3 right now. If I don't give any warning about his 3, then what is the interpretation? Because it's not safe to play, it's also not safe to... If it's 3 green, then I would already give him the warning, yeah? So he knows that it's not 3 green. If it's 3 purple, he knows it cannot be 3 purple either. If it's 3 blue... Yeah, because the thing is that if I don't want Panacea about this 5 right now, and he doesn't play his 3, then he might actually discard the 5. And then that would be very bad. So can Panacea be sure to play his 3 or he's doing some other thing? It's like, this is safe to discard though, and honestly, if Panacea doesn't want Piano Brook or this, which of course he doesn't, then Piano Brook should have a safe discard here. Because yeah, playing the 4 red right now doesn't... I play my 5 indicate he has the 3. No, I cannot play the 5 right now. We need to play in order. So before I can play this, Panacea should play 3, and then some 4 yellow come down, and then I can play my 5. I wouldn't pan because I do not give him a warning. If I do not give him a warning right now, he might assume it's safe to discard. That's the thing, right? Which is why I'm thinking maybe I give a clue immediately instead of just playing this. Would clue red be better? Or clue 5 be better? I mean, Panacea knows that I have a 5, and he also sees the 5 here. If a clue is a 5 and not a red, the only thing that that gives him in, because if a clue red, he knows that it's 5. For 4-5, he might misunderstand this is 5 though, because he sees the 4 here. I don't no. He sees my 5 here. He sees my 5 here. So if I clue yellow, he knows that it is 3 yellow, and he should also, yeah, 2 is already here. But maybe there's a 1. Because this is a completely new card, yeah. So unless I have a 1 yellow right now, maybe Panacea can also assume this is a 1, and cannot safely assume this is a 4. Yeah, I should definitely tell Panacea about the 5 right now. Just that, should I tell him about the red or should I tell him about the 5? Because if I tell him about red, he also sees that this is red. And then that would be the assumption. But this guy is also like relatively new, right? And there's no information about it. And I say no, they have red 4, yeah. But what I mean is that he doesn't know which one is the 5, I mean. He would know that he has red 5, but then he wouldn't know that if this one's a 5 or this one's a 5, because there's essentially no difference here. I mean, maybe not essentially no difference, because this thing came like 1 turn later. But we also know that Panacea has a lot of turns to play, yeah. So like this fight was not urgent to be won like before. But yeah, if I clue him about a card right now, he should. The normal assumption that this thing is 5, because if he discard is this one. Oh, this is like so confusing. I mean, if I clue red to Panacea and he identifies this is a 5, yeah, then we have a safe discard and a 5, so that's a lot of information. If I just clue him about the 5 and not the red, then honestly it doesn't lead to anywhere, because like 5 in here, even if it's like 5 green, then maybe it still cannot be discarded, right? And then we need to give him another clue to play it afterwards. But yeah, yellow, then he knows he has like 3 and 4. It's just that cluing, the thing about cluing yellow is that we once again need to make a clue on this 5 red at some point. And then we potentially also waste a clue, because there is potentially a 4 yellow in here that can be played instead of being discarded. And then that's why I'm thinking of just cluing Panacea about this 5. Because eventually we will need to waste a clue on it. It is the thing. And cluing red right now should tell him immediately that this is 5 and the other one is safe to discard. I mean, I hope so. We are also pretty low on clue, yeah. So getting safe discard and safe at the same time is pretty sick. Yeah, I definitely give. I think I give the red clue here to Panacea. It doesn't discard though. Nobody tells Piano Blue about this thing, then maybe it's safe. These are not that safe though. But maybe Panacea knows that this is I mean, maybe he already knows this 5 and he's just waiting for me to play this 4. I mean, I hope so. But at some point, we do need more clue. This should be safe to discard, right? This moment. I should play my 4 right now, yeah? I play my 4, Panacea play his 5, Inobrook play his 2, we still have 1 clue left. But then maybe this gets discarded. I should still play. Panacea has no reason to actually play his 5 first though. If he knows he's a 5, then he can just discard the other one. I mean, I should just play this. I can also discard these things, but they are not completely safe. If he plays the... I mean, I can play both of them, but if he plays that over discarding... Does that say anything? Now Steven discard his 4 green and my discard's not safe, yeah. So I would play the 5 yellow. And yeah, this 3 needs to be safe. I mean, I can play my 5, but there's no more clue. There is no more clue, and Panacea cannot play his 2 yet. If I play my 5 right now, Panacea's turn is going to either be playing his 5 or discarding his 2. And I'm still assuming that he knows that his 5 red is a 5, yeah. If I discard right now, and it turns out to be 4 green. If it's 3 green, then I know that it's not 3 green, at least. If it is 3 green, then Stephen would probably spend his turn on it over wanting like 4 turns from now. Playing 5, oh, playing 5 gives a clue. Okay. Yeah, I actually forgot that. It's true. I remember hearing that at some point. So yeah, I should actually play this. Right. Yeah, he knows. Like Panacea knows that it's the 5. So that's good. But now he also knows that there's a safe discard. Yeah, Piano Blue cannot. He can only give clues really in this board. I don't think he has enough information to discard or play. Because he knows it's like 3 here and then the other 2 are. Yeah, he knows it's 3 here and then 4 here. And then there was a clue about this 1-3. So he also knows that this is basically either 2 or 5. I think no, it's not 2. He only knows it's not 2 if okay, so I don't have 2 purple. So I don't have 2 purple. It's still not safe for completely safe for Stephen to discard. If Stephen discarded 4 right now, then I cannot discard, yeah. The 4 green, that is. So Stephen's basically telling me to discard by this, I'm assuming. And then Panacea plays his 4. Wait, does Panacea know? Yeah. Panacea knows that it's purple. When did that happen? Yeah, last turn. So he should know that this is 2 purple to play. And I can safely discard. And he definitely knows, so Panacea knows that it's 2 purple. Piano Blue knows that it's 3 purple followed by 4 purple. And no information is given to me. Instead, the information is given to Panacea about this 4 blue, which means I can discard. And yeah, probably should. Yeah, 5 needs to be safe, so I cannot discard. Both green and I mean, of course, it's a 5, so nothing to do there. So now do I play or do I discard? Because if my hand has if my hand has 2 important cards, yeah, Steven cannot warn me about both of them. If I play this, however, I mean, this is not important. This is not important. So the only bad case is if this is exactly 3 green. When is 2 green play? Okay, quite a while ago. There's 1 3, there's 1 purple, there's 1 green. So I should not have green 3 here. I'm assuming. Because I'm thinking of maybe even burning 1 life to guarantee this is not like 3 green, you know. But I'm just going to trust that this is not 3 green. Because there were clues used in the last turn, so nothing to warn me about this up until now, and they should see it coming that eventually I want to discard. Yeah, so then if 2 important cards are back to back, then it's really bad if I'm not one beforehand. So this should be safe to discard, and of course, like, discarding gives the clue, which is not so bad right now. Because Piano Bloom still, because yeah, he has actually has 1 purple in his own hand, so he still doesn't know for sure that this is the 5 or not. So yeah, I discard this thing here. Yeah. Green 3, yeah. The thing is that if I have green 3, I should already know about it because there were 2 turns to warn me about like the 2 important cards. Okay, so this is actually awkward. This is actually awkward because now somebody the another clue needs to be used or something. Yeah, green or blue, still have no idea what this 5 is. My discard is not safe. Like, this discard is actually not safe, and I have 2 clues. So should probably do something about that. I mean, green 3 is still not in play, which is kind of annoying. Actually, no, it should be safe. It should be safe. Like, it should still be safe, because if it's not safe, then Stephen should warn me about this, because he did have a clue last turn. So it still should still be safe to discard this. Correct. I mean, somebody will need to one piano block of his 5 purple, yeah, but I'm assuming that's like Panacea's job, because now he actually doesn't have so much information about his own hand. Except that this thing is safe to discard. Maybe it's my job then. Campaign about the 4, not right now though. Not right now, because he knows that this is completely safe to discard. Maybe it is my job to tell Pietro Brook about this. I wonder if purple... No, I should one about 1. If I give a clue about 1, he knows that all of these are trash, and he also knows exactly this is 5. So he knows his full hand. Assumes playable? Why though? He doesn't know this is a 5. He only knows this purple. So it's either 1 or 5. And unfortunately, he has both 1s in his hand, yeah? So he has no idea which one is which, because he doesn't see anything else. If I give him a clue that this is 1, then he knows that this is exactly 5, so he knows his full hand. And Panacea still has a safe discard. But I can hear you that it's true that if I don't say anything, then it would assume it's playable. Because the thing in here is that maybe we need to also build up clues to store. Like yeah, cards are running out and the 3 green is still no way to be found. Number 1, yeah, like it's just nonsense because the card pool is also running out. Like we need to draw the 3 green soon, otherwise, and there needs to be clue to maybe store afterwards to play the 3, the 4, and then the 5. So I should honestly discard, right? Yeah, I assume that I should discard here. And hopefully we draw the 3 green at some point. Okay. 3 green spotted. But now it's like kind of stalling time, yeah? Kind of. I mean, of course, somebody needs to let Panacea know about this 3. And we need to store a little bit anyway. And yeah, ideally is actually like this. Stephen clues Panacea about the 3. And then I clue Stephen about his 4 green. And then Panacea should yeah, Panacea play this in the book. Maybe play this and then I have 5 green. Does that win or not? But yeah, he plays card number 1. And then Piano Brook stores on more turn instead of doing anything. And then Stephen plays his 4, and then this is the last turn. So I play my 5. That's not enough yet. There are 3 clues to store with. Okay, so I know that I have 2 and 5. This is where I tell Panacea about his 3, yeah? How do I do that? If this is green 3, he would have gotten 2 green was played a very long time ago, right? Yeah, very long time ago. So if this is green 3, then Panacea should already receive a clue about playing it. So if I clue 3 right now, he should know that this is a 3 green. And then on more turn. So 3 green in here, and we have if Piano Brook plays, then we lose because we don't have enough to. I mean, not lose, but we go to 24. But we have exactly 2 clues left. So I clue Panacea about this. Piano Brook stores 1 turn, and then Stephen play his 4, and then I play my 5, and then we have the last turn, which should win, I assume. Yeah, I assume that works, right? Unless no, that should always work because one of them will draw the last 5. Unless I already have a 5 in my hand. Like if this is also another 5, then we are done for. If this is also a 5, then I should play my 5 right now. But yeah, 5 green, and then the other one is what? Is this 5 blue? I mean, if it is 5 blue, I should play it right now. But if it's 5 blue, then I should receive the clue about this one, right? If it is 5 blue, then I should receive a clue about this one right now to play it. Otherwise, we cannot win. So I'm assuming this is not 5 blue, and I should give Panacea a clue of these 3, and then we always win. Yeah, then it is 3 clues then to Panacea. And I mean, Panacea needs to play his 3 green now anyway. Okay, so this works perfectly, right? So now Piano Book stores, and then we have exactly 1 full turn left to fill the 5. They're just stalling. And we win. Yay!
XecnaR is still. Oh, here he is. Hey, GG.
Yeah, GG.
Your
Oh my
first perfect
gosh.
game.
That was a nail biter ending.
was a
Yeah,
cool game.
the 3 green came really late.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously, it's always the green suit that screws me over, so I'm used to it. Who'd like to lead? I guess I can do this one to mix it up.
Sounds good to me.
Wow, yeah,
Or we
excellent
could have
game.
XecnaR lead it.
Ooh, yeah, XecnaR, do you want to lead?
I mean, probably not.
Okay.
Because I can only talk my own thoughts, at most. And I don't even remember all my thoughts at the moment.
Got it, yeah.
I tried to keep track of some of my thoughts in the notes, and I will admit I was bamboozled for some of the clues, but I think I figured it out in the end. See.
Nice.
Nice. All right, so we start with 1. I will say, usually, you always have choice between 1 or color. Yellow can be a little bit nicer, just so Panacea knows exactly which one he's playing. But 1 is also fine, because you obviously we're about to clue these 2s anyway, so yeah, I think both are fine. I go with the really obvious, maybe not even the best, but really obvious clue is just, hey, I see 1s, let's clue the 1s. And Steven starts playing the 1s. Okay, so 2s is tricky. We realized that, I mean, I don't know. Panacea, what did you think of this? Is this a 2 save?
Okay,
or-
well, I saw all the other ones hard and easy. I'm gonna clue the purple one. I'm gonna wait for every single one to be played, and then play mine.
Beautiful. Yeah. So we didn't actually talk about this before, but XecnaR, so yeah, sometimes we like to just save 2s, just because they're good cards. But in this case, yeah, they're about to be playable, so amazing. All the 1s are down. Okay, so 3's here. Nice, touching 2 cards for 1. The trick is which card is being told to play. Is it this one or this one?
So my thought was actually trying to get Panacea to play on his 2s, right, this turn.
Oh, cool.
I was thinking about that a lot, and I definitely considered just going for it. I did kind of want to go on my other plan of waiting for the green one, but I did think that maybe that was what you were trying to tell me to do, but I didn't do it.
Yeah, I guess there is a world in which I'm gonna like edit the cards. Okay, so let's say this is green 2, and this is green 3. Like maybe that's what you're going for. But I don't know. It's always very hard to tell. I like the clue though. It's nice to touch both these cards. So okay, so yeah, Panacea plays it safe. He doesn't know which 2s these are, so I like you just saying like, hey, yeah. But I'm like, nope, it's all you. So and I just discard my copy.
Yeah. So I wasted a
fine.
clue to be safe. I don't know if that was worth.
Yeah. Steven, what do you think? What's your Hanabi wisdom about this kind of clue?
I mean, it's tough. You have to. It's always very tough when you're playing with a teammate that you haven't played very often with before, so you don't have like a great model of like what what they think, right? I think what's nice about this clue is that if it's a 0 for 1, it's very easy to repair. Piano can just discard the yellow 2 immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
sometimes it's not a 0 for 1. Sometimes.
yeah, and sometimes it's not a 0 for 1. Although I do think that Zek probably is going to clue a yellow 2 instead of 3 to Darth.
That's
Oh, interesting.
fair.
Yeah.
But look, I don't know. It's a tough situation because we don't have very many conventions that we've agreed to ahead of time to work with here. So
Yeah, and I wasn't sure whether XecnaR was saying my right 2 or my left 2. So I wasn't sure which one could be greens.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I like your plan. Just wait for this one, and then it doesn't even matter. So cool. All right, the 2s are unlocked. I love this disco. I mean, we haven't clued you anything, right? This whole game so far. So yeah, very safe to discard this, I'd say.
And then unfortunately, I have to wait again
Oh yeah, right.
because now the other purple 4 is in danger.
Yep, yep. That would have been a tragic way to lose if Panacea just played and I was like, well, this card must be bad too, and then whoops, GG. Yep, so very nice emergency save clue. Oof, and then I decided to discard, which is maybe bad, but there's not really much else to do.
of course, there is an alternative to the purple clue, which is 1 to Pride Book.
Oh yeah.
But without having discussed ahead of time how these types of clues are going to be treated, I would also look it off. I would let the green 3 die for clarity purposes. So
I mean, couldn't I have green 3?
you
that's
could
possible, yeah.
have it. Yeah.
And also, I'm touching the other purple card, which is definitely important as the green 3.
For sure.
I mean, I guess in a perfect world, then, like, technically XecnaR could have given this clue.
That's true.
But
That's
of course, this is a very unnatural clue if you've never seen this before.
Yeah.
And I think
also
the last game we literally just told you not to clue
not
trash.
to
So
do it. Yeah.
so yeah. But okay, I mean, never punished, right? Never unlucky. Who needs this green 3? Okay, so this one's tricky because here's the thing, right? Let's say a world in which Steven's chop is green 3. Now, I wouldn't have saved it on my turn, right? I don't know I have green 3. So I just discarded. Now, wouldn't it be sad if Steven just discarded as well? Again, we just lose randomly and instantly. So that's why I was a little scared. I don't know. When he clued red, I thought maybe you're just being really, really safe. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But it looks like you were going for a reverse finesse on red too, which is very cool.
My thought was that yellow would be the clue I would give
Yeah.
if I was just making a DDI stall.
Yeah. I kind of agree. Yeah. But I chose something else to be paranoid, so I did this thing.
And I will admit I was confused a little bit about why these chop moved. But I did recognize it as a.
I'm going to ask XecnaR. XecnaR, why do you think, let's say, assuming all the players are like experts, why do you think this, what do you think this move does? What should Steven think about this clue?
That the other cards, the other 3 cards are important. Don't discard.
Bingo, exactly. Yep. It's like I'm dangling. I'm like, hey, please discard this one instead of any of these. So yeah, exactly right. So Steven marks these as good cards to not discard. Very cool. Oh, this was a really cool clue too.
This one really bamboozled it out at the end.
Yeah, wow. This This is a spicy one. XecnaR, what did you think about this one?
So from this, I was thinking that the right one is most definitely 4. So I was thinking the other one is completely safe to discard because I see the 5 and like all the other ones in Panacea's hand. And
Yeah, that's perfect.
and yeah, so I did just discard it. When I see the 4, then I think at the time I was also considering that if it's 2-4, then it's still like completely fine, you know. So even if this guy turns out to be the 4, most definitely the one I have left is still a 4, so it doesn't matter.
Awesome.
So I thought you were thinking the left card was the red 2. You wanted to discard it so that Ganablook can play red 2.
Oh, that's funny.
Because I didn't know I had red 5. So I thought it was like, I don't know, it just didn't really make sense. And then eventually I realized I had, and then it kind of made more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually really. Let me show a hypothetical for chat. Let's say this is like a random trash card, right? Now, from XecnaR's perspective, this one could be the red 4, but nothing's stopping this card from being the red 5. So that would be a very bad discard. So actually, I mean, I totally get what you're saying too, right? Maybe it's red 2. But if we're all perfectly on the same page, just by the fact of this discarding would actually tell this as being exactly red 5.
Yeah, I think I mentioned, like, unless for weird reason or like by pure chance I also have red 5, but I was not expecting it because I only have one card that could be that.
Right. But regardless, very cool clue from Steven.
And I'm glad it worked. It was
Yep. And so now I get the message. I'm like, all right, I have red 2, so I play it.
Yeah, I just want to pause and give a huge shout out to Zach for making the series of inferences that are all correct. That it must be the slot 4 card that's promised good, because otherwise we'd just let that be discarded, and so the slot 2 card must therefore be trash. Beautiful. Love it.
Yeah, bravo. It's very cool. All right. So it's cool. We all sort of are, helping each other out, cluing when we want to clue, discarding when we want to discard. So Steven says, let's just discard. Yep, and let XecnaR give the clue, right? Which is awesome. We don't really want you to be drawing more good cards. You've got a full hand of good cards. Piano Blue knows this is blue 3 because the others are gotten. Oh my gosh, the spiciest clue of the game.
And Zach fields it effortlessly again. Love it.
How sure? Yeah, XecnaR, how sure were you that this is the 5?
Um,
Because it could just be a 3 too.
I was thinking that I think it was pretty sure it was a 5, but not 100%, because if it's a 3, then Panacea already is having a 3 lining up to be played. So it just doesn't make sense to waste a clue to tell me about it. Instead, it would be bad to spare the clue or not, because if Panacea plays his 3, and then I'm also holding a 3, then I'm thinking that this card is actually important, so I don't even discard, and then I'm mistaking it for the L5. So that would make no sense.
Beautifully said, yeah. That's exactly, yeah, nice. And of course, this also gets the yellow 4 to play, because Panacea has to realize, okay, well, this is just going to look like yellow 4 unless I have it. So, whew, another great play. So, okay, you pause for the red clue, which is nice. Focused here is a red 5.
I will say it would be slightly better to just play the red 4. If you have confidence that Darth is going to be playing the yellow 3. Because the red 4 isn't in danger for a few rounds, since Darth has to play yellow 3 and yellow 4. And it'd be really useful if if we left the red clue for Pride Book to give, given that their hand is like we don't want them to draw any more cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just a little bit of distribution, leaving things for other people to do can be good. Yep.
Yep.
And sure enough, yep, I don't have anything else to do, so. But here's the 2. I was a little curious about why 2 instead of green here.
I just wanted to put -2 on the already touched purple cards so that they're known 4/5.
Cool. I had a soft read that this must match the same color, but that makes sense too. All right, red suit is done. Oh, no, never mind. I lied. Yellow suit. Almost done. Oh, gosh. Okay, this is a tricky situation. Maybe we shouldn't even talk much about it, but 3, sadly, it's not really a finesse because this looks like a normal save clue, right?
However,
Yeah, go for it.
the thing about cluing 3 to piano book is that could be a purple 3 or a green 3. Whereas if I clue purple to piano book, it will be immediately known to only be a purple 3 because purple 2 is kind of ridiculous. There's no way that it's a purple 2. And so it is suboptimal to use 3 and let it be 2 possible cards instead of using purple and let it be exactly 1 card. So if Darth Calculus is willing to read deeply into the choice of a slightly suboptimal clue, then maybe it should be interpreted as a play clue instead of a save clue.
I see.
Yeah.
I'm sure if this was back in the tournament days and we were doing a competitive game, that would have worked, but
yeah.
But yeah, as is, no reason, and yeah, no reason to take the risk and maybe bomb, I don't know, blue 5 or something.
Blue 5, yeah. It'd be heartbreaking. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I was so convinced this is green 3 from the 2 clue, but I was like, you know what? Let's just not.
I breathed a big sigh of relief to myself when you clued here. I was like, okay, thank God.
Yeah.
Because I realized that I may have almost ended the game there. Yeah.
All right, pretty standard. Force XecnaR to discard because we kind of want you to discard. Panacea is very polite and plays the purple 2 first to sort of, we call it unlocking my hand. So finally I'm free and can start playing my cards. Very nice. Okay, Steve include 5 here. Anything to add about this? I mean, just discard makes sense. I guess this could be blue 5 or green 5. All right, is this? I think you just now demonstrate that these are top move, right?
Yeah, I have studiously avoided discarding ever since I received the 1 clue. Because I don't know what the expected behavior is. Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
discard. Yeah.
I needed to shout out your hand for being really annoying. Part of the reason I gave this 1 clue is because I wanted to clue yellow.
Right.
But it's blocked,
But
so I was
the
like,
one
all
was
right,
in the way. Yeah.
let's just discard this, right? But guess what you drew? The exact last copy of yellow one.
Oh, amazing. Yeah.
So we got trolled. Okay, sorry. Here we are. Yeah, and now we're just praying to get green 3 somewhere. All discarding, and there it is. 2 cards left. It's a nail biter. But fortunately, we have enough clues in the bank to be able to just kind of clue everything. Clue, clue, clue. Beautiful endgame. And then.
So, do you think that you would not have clued this if it was not like it's finessing my green 3, right? There's no world where you're like stalling by trying to clue greens here, right?
I think so. I think actually, you know, because he just discarded. I think this could very possibly be green 3. So
Yeah.
if this was just garbage, I bet he'd play this as green 3.
100%. Yeah.
So which is to
Ah,
say,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
it is what we'd call a trash finesse.
Yeah. I wasn't quite sure what it was, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shout out. I like the 3 clue to sort of clarify here.
Yeah, I was happy when I didn't have to risk it.
Yeah. And then yeah, I mean, perfect endgame, right? Play clue, play. Perfect score. Well done.
Yeah, that was fun.
I love that we went from, what was the first game? I think 21, and then we got a 24,
34, no, 35.
25.
There you go. Well, XecnaR has mastered Hanabi now.
Yep. Yeah, this is like Hanabi Ascension 0. I was saying in the Hydra game, this is, you know, no variant. It's sort of like Ascension 0. And then you can add different suits. You can do dark. You can do clue starved, whatever. So yeah.
It's a cool comparison. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah. And for those who have played, you know, like normal Hanabi, there's like a lot of fan made stuff. There's a lot of new custom variants and stuff. But anyway,
When
I
I
think
used to play Special Mix, like the hot topic.
oh my gosh, special mix, yeah. But I think that'll just about do it. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope this was fun.
Definitely. Very cool.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you.
Woohoo.
And one more shout out, I'll say, we are raising money for the Trevor Project, so last chance to come donate. But I'll be streaming for the rest of the week, raising more money and playing more Hanabi. So thank you guys so much for taking the time and being a part of it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And
Hope
definitely
to see you around for more games in the future, XecnaR.
Yeah, whenever
definitely shout out.
whenever I have the time, like, sure. Like, this is definitely a cool game.
Hell yeah.
You can definitely see myself playing this in my free time.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you're very welcome to come play anytime. And same thing to all the viewers. The whole community is very welcoming. And we're always happy to come play and teach. So
Yeah, and you can message this group chat. I mean, I'm usually around these days. If I'm not streaming or something, maybe you can convince me to like I'll join you and we can find some other people on the website or something.
I think Baylor said he might play Hanabi too, but I don't know. Who knows?
Love it.
But anyway, I guess I'll wrap up for now. Any shout outs? I'll shout out to Panacea and XecnaR. Check out they stream Slay the Spire all the time. Very lovely people, so check them out for sure.
I think I have the least viewers out of the three of us. Most of the people watching will be already familiar with Piano Blick and XecnaR, but great streams. Check them out.
Well, thank you for setting this up, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.
See
Bye,
you.
Steven.
And GG.
GG.
GG's. See you later.
See you. Okay, now yeah, that was fun. Definitely a cool game. And it's fine today. I need to go back to sleep. When I wake up, it depends on how late it is, and then we'll see. But if there's time, and I definitely can play Spire. But maybe I just want to chill for one day, you know, because I twisted my sleeping schedule just a little bit. Because normally this time I would still be asleep. But today I only slept for like 3 hours, and then I woke up for this. So now I'm going back to sleep. And probably will be up in I don't know, maybe 5-6 hours. And after that, yeah, if I actually have enough time to do a long stream, then I'll probably do Spire. If not, then just like break for 1 day doesn't matter too much. Oh, I can only or I can also just play like a 9 card run and not defect. That can also work. Don't mind taking another break day on the defect, that's fine too. But yeah, definitely no Spire right now. I'm going back to sleep. So yeah, if you are around for the Hanabi stream, like very cool. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll be back maybe today, maybe tomorrow. So yeah, see you.